a slightly sad beginning in a funny sort of way for us, for the family, the Oppenheimer family. Initially, it was built by Sir Adrian Jarvis, and you can see over the stables. In 1937, he built the stables, but he had no house here. And he bred some wonderful horses like Tessa Gillian was second in the Guineas, Gentle Art, Top Sprinter, many others, really good horses, on around about 90 acres. And he didn't have too many mares, and he had an extremely good staff. Anyway, in the end, he died, left the stud to his two sisters, but they found that it was too much to handle. So they then put it on the market. And my father, Philip Oppenheimer, was at the time, had mares at Banstead Manor with Nicky Morris. And so he came, this was very close, he came over and bought this because sadly, Nicky Morris had died from hypothermia, having gone racing in late October to Windsor and got very cold, came back and froze, even having had a bath. They always say if you get very, very cold, you have to have 2 baths, never one. It's worth remembering if you get somebody who is complaining of being really cold. Anyway, he died, and his son, Hugo, took over, came from South Africa, working for Anglo-American, came over, and then took over the Banstead Manor, which was, I think, probably the leading British stud at the time. Undoubtedly, some wonderful results. And he had the first Reba, I think, foal for sale at Newmarket, at Tattersall's. And there were, many highs. So my father had a few mares there. So having bought the Hascombe stud, named by Sir Adrian Jarvis, he then brought his mares across there. But already he had to buy the stock. So we had a sale, most of the mares that he had to buy, and kept 1 or 2. And in fact, for some inexplicably complicated reason, which I won't, Cracksman and Golden Horn, the 2 of the stallions bred here, have actually go right back to a particular mare, Laura, who was bought because we lost the family. So we wanted to keep part of Tessa Gillian and that wonderful family. And so we went and bought Laura. And she's the produce. She's produced these 2, although she's a long way away from the centre. My father started up, and gradually we sold all our colts to keep the stud running. And we took over top man called Thompson, who since worked here and up until very recently and retired at 70, but still lives on the stud. And he was brilliant at really helping us, breaking us in, as well as the horses. So on we moved really from that point. I've expanded the stud a bit. I bought more land. My father, before he died, bought some land across the road, and then I bought another 100 acres or so about 20 years ago, 15 years ago. And so now the stud is about 290 acres. And I built a new American barn on the stud. So we have expanded it quite considerably. And the policy of the stud has always really remained the same. And that is to try and breed staying, top-class staying horses, which is always very difficult to do because it's very expensive. I mean, we're getting now schemes which the Thoroughbred Breeders Association have put in place to help people to develop long-distance horses as opposed to sprinters. And this is helping a lot. And the effect of this, it takes 2 or 3 years, or maybe 4 years, to feed through, at least. But we're seeing actually some quite good results already. We have we've been fortunate enough to be able to sell our colts quite well. And at the time when both Coolmore and Sheikh Mohammed were competing, we were very advantageous and sold 1 or 2 horses, certainly 1 or 2 over £1 million, which helped the stud develop and grow.